It's a beautiful afternoon in Kansas City where we come to you from Kauffman Stadium for the final game of this series between the Rangers and the Royals. Hi, everybody. I'm Steve Fizziak. This is Rex Hudler. And Luke Hochevar needs to take the Rangers by the horns and wring them out.
Because hog tie them?
Exactly. Hog tie them.
Throw a couple noogies on him while you can. Take that from Nolan Ryan. He'll show you how to noogie him.
Our Kia pitching report today, Holland versus Hochevar.
Look, you've seen one right-hander veteran and another left-handed guy that's not such a veteran. He's a younger pitcher, but still, numbers are very similar. These guys haven't had the seasons their team's been wanting them to have. But by golly, it's up to Hochevar to mix his pitches, keep them down, and get his team into the win column before they leave town.
Hochevar does have good stuff, but Derek Holland has had a left shoulder problem this year. His number's not the same.
No, but still, he's a competitor and he's young. He's going to execute his pitches. He's going to try to do the same thing Hochevar is. That's what makes the game so beautiful. But who can get who? Use that defense by the Royals, and they'll be really good.
He's given up a lot of home runs to right-handed bats, and the Royals' right-handed bats better be ready. KC and Texas next. And by your Kansas City Chevy dealers, the official vehicle of the Kansas City Royals. When we come back, Joe Goldberg will talk about Lorenzo Cain moving around the outfield.
continuing to play well at the plate and in the field since returning from the disabled list. We've seen him in center, a little bit in right, and today in left field for the first time. I'm Joel Goldberg back at Kauffman Stadium. Kane will play in left field for the first time since August of 2010 and only the second game in his big league career. Said it'll be a little bit different for him. Quicker reaction time in left field with some of those balls that get pulled and hooked, but he'll rely on his instincts. Alex Gordon gets the day off. Nothing wrong with him, but it's his first day off since Game 4 of the year, April 9th. It is the Royals and Rangers series finale. Steve and Rex have the call next.
Of the Kansas City Royals. The Texas Rangers lead the American League West and are seeking to win a fifth straight game today for just the third time this year. Elvis Andrus will replace Ian Kinsler, who is 0 for 11 in his career against Luke Hochevar. Young will go second, then Hamilton, Beltre, Cruz, Murphy, Napoli, Moreland, and the rookie Michael Olt. And on the mound for Kansas City will be the veteran Luke Hochevar.
All righty, Hochevar. He's looking to get his team a win in this series before they head out. Now, he had some success. He's 2-0 in 4 starts against these Rangers, and he's had some success here at home against them as well. So keep his pitches down, okay? That's the main thing, and go ahead and pitch. Good hard fastball, curveball, changeup. Those 3 pitches are his core and his main way to make a living. Now, that defense sponsored by Ford looks a little different. Kane's in left field. Wow, he's been playing center and right, but no left, but no Gordon today. So Kane's out there in left field. And you know what? When you're 6'2", 205, and you're an athlete, you're strong, you're fast, and you're a baseball player, it don't matter where you play, Fizz. This kid is a real nice player. He can play anywhere.
Alex Gordon taking his first day off after making 102 consecutive starts, and here is Hochevar's first pitch of the game. It is taken for strike 1. Yesterday, Ian Kinsler belted the first pitch he saw for a base hit to left field, but Will Smith would work around that and not allow a run in that first inning. Andrus goes to right field. Jeff Francoeur there to make the catch. 1 out.
Boy, what a nice day, Fizz. Why don't you give us the update?
The parking spot says our Temperature is 87 degrees. The first pitch was thrown at 1:11, allowing you to get the lineups, the pitcher, and your defense in before that first pitch.
Wow. And who in this ballpark besides me wants to be a player out there? Because it's a gorgeous day. It's fun to play baseball, folks, especially at this level. And these guys know it. They know that they're privileged to be there. So you give 100% and respect the game.
Young fouls it off the right side. This is the 8th duel between Luke Hochevar and Michael Won, and most have been won by Young. He is 5 for 7 with a home run against Luke, and overall hitting .269 this year, but only 3 home runs.
But Hoch going out and getting ahead. Like it. Attack. No free passes.
Hochevar 7-9. He beat Cleveland in his last start on Monday. Young goes to right field. Francoeur there, and he takes care of the first 2 Rangers in the first inning.
All right, now there's a nice little breeze in today's game blowing out to right field. Now, I don't know, you haven't talked with our Hall of Fame radio broadcaster yet, but I say it's 9 to 10 miles an hour blowing out. Humidity is 54%, 5% chance of rain.
Here is Josh Hamilton, and he's having another strong season, .283 with 29 home runs, and he leads the American League in RBIs with 90. Miguel Cabrera of Detroit Rex has 2 less at 88.
How about all of baseball? He's got more steaks than the Hereford House here in Kansas City.
Well, Josh Hamilton had an amazing first 2 months. He has been rather quiet since. He was hitting .404 in late May, but only .213 since. And for the first time, they believe ever, he was receiving some boos at the ballpark in Arlington.
Come on.
In the month of July, yes.
Cut him some slack.
I know he went through an 0 for 20 with men in scoring position stretch. What have you done for me lately?
Wow, you know what? This is a hard game. Some and most performers make it look easy, but man, to put up the numbers he's been putting up, and you go into a typical lull, which happens to all ball players, and they're booing him.
He gets a foul ball down the right field line, and Hochevar still has a 1-2 count with Josh.
Well, Hoch has gotten the best of him. He's just 1 for 8 off of Hoch in his career.
Hamilton just batting .169 the last month. He did get a key base hit yesterday against Will Smith after Smith went breaking ball away. And Hamilton adjusted on a very good pitch. Breaking ball low and away from him, and just dumped it into left field at plate 2. He swings and misses and strikes out. Good first inning for Luke Hochevar. Check out the Royals starting lineup. Alex Gordon taking a start off for the first time since early April. So Dyson has been so hot, moves from 9 to 1. Escobar goes 2, then Kane, Butler, Perez, Francoeur, Betancourt, Pena, and Getz. And on the mound, Derek Holland, young left-handed pitcher, just 25, but he has great stuff. Just a month ago, he came off the disabled list and has not pitched as well as he did last season when he won 16 games.
Well, and they went out and gave a nice long-term contract. Maybe a little too soon. But what he's doing is he's learning how to pitch with less. Okay, he's been a max effort guy his first year or so in the big leagues now. 95 plus, up to 98. Now he's learning how to pitch at 92 to 93. He's more comfortable. Now he's got good life on his fastball and a natural cutting action to it. He's going to bring in his slider and changeup. Try to keep him off balance with that. The changeup, though, is a pitch that you really need against right-handed batters. And he's gone away from that a little bit. He's lost some confidence in that changeup. And maybe that's one of the reasons that he's been serving up some long balls. 19 homers he's given up, 17 to right-handed batters, just 2 to lefties. And he's served up 7 home runs in his last 3 starts.
Dyson with a favorable count at 3-1, and the way he has been running the bases, KC wants him to get on any way possible. Mike Napoli is catching. There's a strike, and it's 3-2. And while Napoli is a terrific game caller, they love the way he works with the pitching staff. He does not have a great arm throwing out runners this year. A tapper towards second base.
Perfect.
They've got no chance to get Dyson. That's an infield hit.
Yeah. And that's exactly what he wants to do. If it ain't a bunt, it's a chop knock. Use the speed. The minute that ball hit off the plate, I knew that he had him a knock. So did he.
As we take a look at our Toyota League leaders, who has the best batting average the last 10 days? How about the Royals? Dyson at .526. Gerard now with a 6-game hit streak. He has 11 hits in his last 19 at bats.
Holland's got a pretty good move. And you see that little slide step.
There's the bunt. Only play first base. Dyson advanced to second base. How about our Ford around the horn Rangers defense?
All right. Pretty good defending team out there, but especially today, you're going to see the debut of Mike Alt playing third base. This is his first start at third. Now, this is the position he'll probably take over in his big league career if he can stay away from any injuries. He's a solid fielder. They say fielding first is his skill and hitting is second, and the hitting's not too shabby. This young man there, you know, he's got to feel pretty good about himself being a rookie, being inserted in their lineup, championship caliber.
Elvis Andrus just came in to have a visit with Derek Holland. They probably will have a pickoff play somehow to get Dyson to shorten his lead, because he's been very aggressive stealing third base this year. He does not go, and the pitch is inside to Lorenzo Cain, ball 1.
Good. Let him be distracted by Dyson. So he gives Cain a cookie to drive out of the yard.
Cain 2 for 4 last night to raise his batting average to .295. One ball, one strike. Holland is a strikeout pitcher, has 79 this year in 102 innings.
Okay, now just because he doesn't use that changeup very often doesn't mean he's not going to throw it. That was a pretty good one there. Left-hander's got to have that changeup. That ball, you know, goes away from righties typically.
A little bit low, and the count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Casey would love to get on the lead early. They had trailed much of this series against the Texas Rangers, losing the first 2 games 5-3 and 4-2, and they could not come up with the big hit the last 2 nights. 2 double plays on Friday really cost them. 2 more last night.
Kane, 321 hitter with runner in scoring position. That's one of the reasons why Ned Yost has been batting him in that 3rd spot. Just the threat to go is good enough for Dyson there. He pulls Andrus out of his position, opens up a little ground at shortstop.
Again, they're pounding Lorenzo inside. The count is full 3-2. Dangerous situation for Derek Holland with Billy Butler, a tough right-handed hitter waiting on deck.
Okay, Foxtrax says pretty much the truth. They're trying to get him out inside, and when you're living in there, you better make sure those balls are right where those yellow spots are and not out over.
Misses inside, ball 4. We told you about Derek Holland's injury. He was in the 15-day disabled list for a month from June 6th through July 6th with left shoulder fatigue, and he's starting for the 6th time since the return from the DL, going 2-2, but an ERA that's 4.67. Last start did not go well as he suffered a 6-2 loss to Jared Weaver and the Angels on Tuesday, allowing 6 runs in 6 2/3 innings. Strike 1.
Okay, get me over breaking ball. Billy logged that in his brilliant hitting mind, and he's going to remember that.
He is 3 for 8 with 1 home run against Holland in the past. And he swings and drives this to center, but it stays up for Josh Hamilton. 2 outs.
Too bad. Royals like to get on the board first, give Hochevar a little momentum. And when you square a ball up like that, it kind of hurts your feelings when somebody catches it.
I thought Texas really pitched Salvi Perez tough last night. He hit it at 2 double plays, and they were crucial times. Runners on 1st and 3rd in inning number 6, and he hit into a 6-4-3 inning ending double play. And then in the 9th inning, after Moustakas led the inning off with a single, he bounced into a 6-4-3 double play against Ogando, their closer, the last couple of days because they were giving Joe Nathan some rest.
So hit it where they ain't.
Holland pounding the right-handers inside.
Yes, you know, when those were some unfortunate at-bats because Salvador has been very good, except the one thing he'd like to be better in is driving runners in scoring position. He's just hitting 105.
I was talking with Ned Yost about the professional hitting that the Texas Rangers show, and obviously they have a lot of veterans with guys like Beltre and Hamilton and Murphy and Young, on and on. And he says there's really very little difference between the runners go and the throw will be to second base, safe there. So the Royals pull off a double steal with 2 outs here in the 1st.
Okay, we knew it was very possible with these guys on. It's just a matter of when. So they picked the right spot, especially the pitch. It was a breaking ball. Now Napoli going for the trail runner, and lots of times they'll do that with a speedy guy on second. They'll go for the trail guy. But Kane's legs are getting underneath him, feeling much better. Look at that ball of energy there.
Do you green light Salvi here?
Yes.
Takes a strike on the inside corner. 3-1. Jeff Francoeur is waiting his turn on deck. Dyson now at 3rd.
3-0's got to be your pitch. Salvi didn't want that one.
Royals just 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position last night. Out of play, 3-2.
Hey, if you're seeing what I'm seeing, there's a huge hole up the middle. I mean big. And all he needs is a lousy single, just right by the path, right there. Anything up the middle, He try to play pepper with the ball, and if you don't know what pepper is, that means just try to meet it.
He meets it well, deep left field. Murphy going back and won't reach it. Dyson scores. Kane scores. Salvi into second base. It's 2-0 Kansas City.
All right. Forget the lousy single up the middle. Salvi was going for more. Kept his hands inside. Didn't quite barrel it. If he barrels it, it's going to leave the yard. But Murphy in left field, he twisted him like a pretzel out there. He wasn't sure how to handle that wind. That wind was pushing that ball away from him. And there's 2 quick stakes off of Salvi's bat. There you go, Hoach. There's your 2 runs.
And that's exactly what you're talking about. Getting better with runners in scoring position. A clutch moment here as Kansas City has taken a 2-0 lead early on Texas.
Okay, 3-2 hitters pretty much know you're going to throw it. He's going to come in there with a strike. But it was an inside pitch and not badly located. That ball was in off the plate, but Salvi pulled his hands in and he used his brute strength to muscle it off the track.
Rex, it's interesting you should say that, because I remember asking Kevin Seitzer earlier this year who handles the inside fastball the best in your team, and I was expecting him to say Billy Butler, but he said Salvi Perez.
He's a beast. He's strong.
Francoeur has been on the bench the last few games in a 5 for 52 bunk that has seen his batting average drop to 236. You know, with first base open, I wasn't sure if Derek would go with the changeup on a 3-2 count. I thought he might throw Salvi Perez a change, but he stayed with the fastball.
Yeah, he lost. See if Frenchie can beat him here with 2 strikes. He's pretty good with 2 strikes, Frenchie is. And his last start, he hit the ball hard. Got a walk, got on base a couple times. You know, that's all you can do. Try to make some good contact and have good at bats. Okay, Holland has some natural cutting action to his fastball. He doesn't have to try to cut it. It just cuts a little bit. That's from his natural throwing motion that he has. But he will throw a slider that has a little more downward break to it. So he's going to try to get righties inside.
Pops him up on the infield. Michael Olt giving way to the shortstop, who makes the catch, and Hendricks was staring straight up into that sun. But Salvi Perez comes through, belting one off the left field wall, and Kansas City has the early 2-0 lead. Royals bobblehead to your collection by coming to the ballpark early on Saturday, August 18th against the White Sox. The first 20,000 fans will receive this Wizard of Oz themed bobblehead of Eric Hosmer presented by Time Warner. You can get your tickets at Royals.com or call 1-800-6-ROYALS. We head to the second inning. Luke Hochevar facing Adrian Beltre.
Billy Butler couldn't wipe the smile off of his face this morning when I said, Billy, I saw where you were playing first base today.
There's a shot in the gap right center field, and that will make it to the wall. Beltre cruising into second base with a leadoff double.
That's hard to get Beltre out. He's an aggressive hitter. He's like Salvador Perez and Escobar. He really loves to play baseball. As many years as he's gotten in, he's never lost the joy. Now, that's a pitch out over the plate. He hit it exactly where he should have hit that. But anyway, Billy, get back to Billy. Billy just, he can't wait to get out there and play first base. He says, I don't have to worry about getting loose. I don't have to sit for 45 minutes in between at bats. I'm in the game.
Now Nelson Cruz with that wide open stance, and he'll step into it, and Luke Hochevar brushes him back.
Nothing wrong with that. Got to be able to pitch inside. Opens up the outside part of the plate.
He is hitless in this series. His last hit was that big home run he had in the final game against the Angels. Game they won 15-9. Previous day they only scored 11.
Hochevar, he leads the staff in hit batters with 8. He's not afraid to pitch inside. Has a big gust of wind just came up through here through the K.
Boy, does that feel nice.
And I think Cruz said, I need to step out.
Cruz took a mighty rip, and Hochevar pulled the string. He went with something other than the fastball, and Nelson was looking for the heater.
It's because he backed him off 2 pitches before that with heaters in to set up that outside part of the plate. That's how you do it.
Popped up right side. Again, Butler staring up into the sun. Now he'll give way to Chris Getz, who had a better angle, and makes the catch for out number 1. So that's a good job by Hochevar. Texas unable to advance Beltre from second to third.
Well, so he came right back with a fastball in, busted him in. Cruz couldn't get his hands out. Pops it up. Billy says, hey, thanks for picking me up there. As the sun, the way it is right now, it's not directly in the eyes of Billy Butler, but the middle infielders, they definitely have to have glasses.
And here is Texas' hottest hitter, David Murphy. An 8-game streak, 14 hits in 27 at bats. Strike 1. Murphy has raised his batting average to .307 with 9 home runs and 39, and he's hitting over .380 against left-handers, so he's playing just about every single day. He used to be in a platoon situation. Texas came in first place in the American League West by 5.5 games over the Oakland A's, by 6 over their really chief competition, that's the Angels. The Angels have not played well this week.
Big blue sky today here. A nice little cool front coming in. That makes it a little bit more difficult for fielders to try to pick up the ball out of that deep blue sky. And if you're a hitter and you're comfortable with wearing glasses, it's advisable because it cuts the glare down. Some hitters aren't comfortable, but when you have an open stance like that, like Murphy does, he's looking directly through both eyes right at the pitcher, not looking through the bridge of his nose. It's a lot of hitters don't like with glasses.
That is pulled to the right side, but foul. They'll try it again at 1-2.
A lot of hitters don't turn their face directly towards the pitcher when they hit. Some of them kind of just, they keep sideways, but you look across the bridge of your nose, and when you have those glasses there, it takes away your vision. But it really helps when it comes to squinting and trying to pick up the tablet that's thrown out of the guy's hand. The pill.
You'll see a lot of yellow shades or amber colored shades, and there's a reason for that. Murphy goes to center field. Dyson has plenty of room. He'll make the catch. Beltre tags, and he is off for third base and will make it successfully.
Beltre, he didn't want that slide there, but when he took off from second base, he kind of started Cadillacing it, watching Dyson, saying, "You know what? Are you gonna attempt to throw me out?" And then he kicked it in gear, and he said, "Man, okay. Now watch this slide." He slides a little late, and he slides over the base. He didn't mean to do that, and he lands back on his rump again.
So Beltre at third base with 2 out. The batter will be the dangerous Mike Napoli. This guy has big time power, 17 home runs this year. Strike one. You know, talking about the yellow and amber colored shades, I was having a conversation with Mark McGwire years ago, and he was with the Oakland A's, and he started wearing yellow contacts, and it made his eyes almost look like a lizard. And I asked him about that, and he said he found out about it with his eye doctor in Northern California, who said, "Did you ever notice how skeet shooters always wear yellow or amber colored shades when they're shooting skeets?" And they said it's because it cuts out the ultraviolet and the skeet appears more crisp. And Mark McGwire said the same thing is true with the baseball, and he noticed that, and he started wearing yellow or amber colored contacts. There's a strike. I know you were just on the edge of your seat, Rex, waiting for the end of that story.
Uncle. No, you're right. You know, look, in baseball, especially for hitters, you got to have clarity. You got to be able to see the ball to have success. There's a quick pitch. Got him out on it. Nice.
Jeff Francoeur takes care of Mike Napoli. Good job by Luke Hochevar. He has a 2-0 lead. one of the founding members of the Evelyn Gates Award, which honors the top female high school volleyball player in the KC metro area each year. The committee was honored with the WOW Award in February 2012 by WIN for KC for its contribution in promoting and furthering girls' athletic involvement. Congratulations to Carrie Walsh and Misty May for continuing to advance in the Olympics. There's two great Olympian volleyball players, beach volleyball. And you and I know Misty May from living in Southern California, and she joined us in the booth on occasions and was married to is married to a former Royals catcher, Matt Trainer. Delightful young lady. Incredible personality and sense of humor.
I don't know about you, but the entire Olympics has warmed my heart with the competitors, knowing how hard these people work, seeing their stories. You can feel it when they don't reach their expectation. You can feel them. I mean, you know, this is a very passionate thing. I've loved it.
I think we have to find another way as Betancourt strikes out against Derek Holland. We have to find out another way of getting Michael Phelps another medal. He only has 22.
Oh well.
18 goals.
Pretty good run.
Wow. So Holland gets his first strikeout, and the batter will be the designated hitter Brian Pena. And Rex, Ned Yost doesn't like to do this. He doesn't like to DH his catcher, but he needed to get more right-handers out there against Derek Holland.
I don't blame him. When I saw what right-handers were doing against him, even though the Royals, they don't hit homers, just 2 home runs in their last 9 games, but 17 home runs Holland's given up to right-handed batters. I'm going to find my right-handed bats too.
Brian with 1 home run. It was on May 28th against Josh Tomlin. His only home run this year came from the left side. But he does have one against Holland in the past. And Holland is covering here, and the play goes 4-1. 2 outs. Just a reminder, fans, as you enjoy a cold one today, to look forward to Miller time later in the game. Brought to you by Miller Lite. It is absolutely a beautiful day for baseball, or just enjoying being outside. Temperatures in the 80s, a beautiful breeze from the southwest. Perfect Midwest day. Love these. Here is Chris Getz.
Getzy was all charged this morning. It's nice to go in there, you know, and take a little peek once in a while. I'd like to stay out of the clubhouse. I talk to the guys when they get on the field, but the clubhouse is their domain, and having lived there for all them years I did, I kind of stay out of there. But once in a while, I like to go through there.
Well, my question is, you said he was all charged up. So I'm thinking, as just a young person having a conversation with you, what was he charged up about?
Playing in a big league game today.
On a beautiful day.
Yes. And being a starting second baseman for the Royals. You could see it in him. He had a smile that was beaming, that permeated the clubhouse. Those are the kind of guys you need in your clubhouse.
And he wants the challenge facing a left-hander. He mainly makes the starts against the righties.
Yeah, he loves it. And, you know, he's just hitting a $194 off of lefties. So he wants to show Ned Yost that he can be an everyday player hitting lefties and righties if he could just keep his body healthy. Good focus. Yes, he's very solid second baseman defensively, and he can do a lot of things with the bat except for hit for power.
He swings and misses here. Holland has 2 strikeouts in the inning. We head to the 3rd. KC leads Texas by a pair. That is Christina Steffens. They are the Sprint Suite winner. Congratulations. You picked a perfect day to come to the yard. It is absolutely glorious weather on this Sunday afternoon.
You think the players are happy to be there? Look at the fans. And they're out here. Good crowd today.
They're in the shade.
Royal blue matches that royal blue sky.
Mitch Moreland, he was the star in Friday's win with a 3-run home run in the 7th inning. He's facing Luke Hochevar, who has the count 1 ball and 1 strike. Moreland, big time power for the big guy, 287 average, 11 home runs. And it was one of those real professional at bats, Hud, because Jose Mijares had thrown 2 great breaking balls for strike 1 and strike 2, then 3 straight fastballs. And I think everybody felt that he was going to come back with a curve, which he did. But Mitch Moreland guessed right. Skies it in the air, center field. Dyson. 1 out. Fans come out on Thursday home games to support Jeff Francoeur in his fan seating section. $21 gets you a seat in the right field cheering section, a limited edition Frenchie Quarter t-shirt, and Mardi Gras beads. Get your tickets now at Royals.com/Frenchie. Frenchie back in right field. It's good to see. He will be in there a lot because they'll face Chris Sale tomorrow. Chicago goes with a few lefties. So does Baltimore. He does not want to be in a platoon situation. He wants to play every day against right-handers and left-handers, but he knows he must be productive. Michael Olt, he is the rookie third baseman. Big swing.
I don't know if you had a chance to stay around after the game last night here at the Cave, but that Faith and Family Day was really good. It was successful. Man, there was a bunch of Royals fans stayed after. They all packed down the first base line.
To right field, Francoeur. 2 outs.
Hochevar got up on the stage there and shared his faith a little bit. So did Frenchie, Bruce Chinn. And then Josh Hamilton shared, and they had really good music after. And I was impressed.
It was an awesome opportunity and a great crowd last night. Almost 30,000 fans were at the ball game, and it was well played. But Rex, it really was an example. The last 2 nights, losing 5-3 and 4-2, that Texas is just that much better than Kansas City right now at this stage, because Kansas City did not lose the games. Texas played just a shade better. KC knows what they have to do to take Game 3 and have a winning homestand. The Royals could salvage the series finale today with Texas. It would give Kansas City a 4-2 homestand, which would be the club's first winning stay of more than one club since taking 4 of 7 from the Yankees and Red Sox on May 3rd through the 9th.
Well, it just showed Ron Washington. You know, I'm so happy for the success that he's had there. You know, I was a teammate with his back in 1987 with the Rochester Red Wings in AAA. He plays like he manages, with heart. Got a lot of enthusiasm. There's another quick pitch.
Escobar bobbles the baseball. That is his 2nd error of this series and his 13th this year. That was almost too easy for him.
Yep. See that quick pitch by Hochevar? He got Napoli on it. He would have gotten Andrus. A little bit careless. Ball came up on him.
And this is a team you cannot give extra outs to. They are #1 in batting, #1 runs scored in the American League. They take advantage of mistakes. Hochevar throws over. Andrus with 18 steals this year. He's been caught 7 times, and he knows what he's up against. Hochevar works hard at holding the runners, and Salvi Perez is one of the best in the American League at throwing runners out.
foul ball off his knee didn't feel too good there, though. You know, I haven't seen every catcher in the National League, so I can't really go out and tell you that Salvi has the best tools back there of anybody in Major League Baseball, any catcher. But I'd be willing to put some money on it if I was a betting man that he's as good as there is. Anything over 30% that you catch base runners, that's good. Now, it's not all the catcher, it's the pitcher. The pitcher's got to be able to get the ball home to you. But he's so quick coming out of there, and he's got such a strong brazo. That's Spanish for arm.
In there, strike 3 called. Hochaver took the responsibility himself after the error by his shortstop and strikes out the dangerous Michael Young.
His rotation, 5 or more earned runs in 5 of their previous 6 games. Derek Holland hoping to buck that trend.
Okay, now Dyson's been getting a lot of hits.
Step things up. We picked up Dempster to help out with the rotation. So, me personally, my goal is just to kind of pick up how I was last year. I feel like I'm in the start of something good. That's how I feel, and what I'm seeing from my past starts. It may not be as great as what you guys think, or the numbers might not be saying as well, but I think I'm about to turn the page.
Well, he certainly is a key for that rotation, along with Ryan Dempster, along with you, Darvish, who has struggled a bit lately, and the injuries to the couple of big pitchers, Neftali Feliz, along with Colby Lewis out for the year. And you guys, you have to think this team, this championship caliber team, the one thing that they might be missing right now is that starting pitching, and Derek Holland will have to be a big part of that.
No question about that, because right now they go with Darvish, Holland, Harrison. They lost Colby Lewis. They lost Neftali Feliz. And they're going with Dempster and Feldman as their 4 and 5 guys. Feldman has been outstanding, but they're suffering a little bit of a loss, losing C.J. Wilson to their cheap competition. C.J. Wilson signing a big long-term deal with the Angels in the offseason, and he's a guy who has won 16 games in back-to-back years.
He'll help you get to the postseason. C.J. Wilson will for sure. But there's got to be a reason that they let him go to free agency and didn't sign him. And I think it's because of the emergence of Holland and Harrison. They had 2 lefties already, and the fact that C.J. couldn't win in postseason for him.
Pitch comes inside, almost hits Escobar in the back foot. Still in there. Escobar sacrificed in the first inning. Kane walked and out later. Perez doubled in 2 runs, and that's where we are, 2-0. Wilson has been terrific for the Angels, but I think you're exactly right, Rex. They had emerging stars and guys like Derek Holland, and here's a fly ball struck to left, and David Murphy will run it down, fighting that wind and left. There's 2 outs. But he told Joe Goldberg that he was just about ready to turn the page. He's been almost a month removed from coming back from the disabled list, where he had that left shoulder fatigue.
Yeah. You know, you're going to have setbacks. I mean, it takes you a little while to get back up on that slab with some confidence. And so he's hoping he can turn the page. But if it's up to the Royals, they want to send him off to Beantown with no confidence. And Kane, in his last at-bat, he threw every pitch inside on him. So believe me, Kane's looking for that in there. Hitters, they know how you pitch, how they pitched you the first time around. He's looking in there.
Get downloads up to 50 megabits per second with Time Warner Cable Ultimate Internet. Derek Holland has maxed out at 94. Hochaver the same. Luke's command has been really good with his breaking ball, with his off-speed pitch, that 4-seam fastball. The best I think we've seen Luke look in the last 3 starts. And he had a great run there for a while. He's always been a fine second half pitcher. But Rex, I really think what made it easier for them to allow C.J. Wilson to go elsewhere, they already had 2 young left-handers in Matt Harrison and Derek Holland that they believed in. That's 30 wins there that they had. There's Kane with a base hit up the middle. I mean, Harrison won 14 games last year, and Derek Holland won 16.
There's Kane utilizing the biggest hole on the diamond. Okay, you see that? All you got to do is do that. Just hit that ball right by the pitcher, and you got a knock. Holland wishes he'd have caught it. He's thinking he could have, but you know, it's a quick reaction area. Billy barreled one up his last time up.
Lined out to center field. Quick pitch by Kane, and the ground ball struck to third. Michael throws out Billy. The inning is over. We head to the 4th. KC leads 2-0. To K, he has shut out the mighty Texas Rangers through 3 innings and struck out a pair. He's also made some clutch pitches at the right time with runners on base. He is 4-1 in his last 5 starts at home.
That's right. Ask Coach what his best pitch is. He'll tell you. Strike one.
He gets strike one, but it is belted to right field. Hamilton very quickly around first base as Frenchie makes an error in right field, allowing Hamilton to go from first to second. So it will be a single and an error, I believe.
Yep, ball just stayed under his glove. There's Frenchie's second error. Okay, you see, he didn't quite get fully extended with his glove hand. They call that he alligator armed it. Didn't quite get it all the way down there.
They said it's going to be a double all the way around. Wow.
Hey, well,
here is Beltre.
It's all right. If the official score doesn't want to give Frenchie an error on that, I'm sure he's okay with it, and so am I.
Hamilton was slowing up because he knows that Jeff Francoeur has one of the best arms in baseball. Here is Beltre, who doubled his first time up. Takes it tight. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Hey, once a pitcher like Hoach gets into a pattern, especially first pitch strikes fastballs, those guys, they start saying, all right, let's get him first pitch fastball. So he got to mix up them first pitches. Breaking ball.
Barely misses inside.
Well, that's a great spot. Salvi wanted it exactly where he was setting up. That's Ted Barrett behind the plate. You don't hear too many complaints when he umpires games behind the dish. He's very good. Teddy Barrett's in his 16th year as a big league umpire. He was behind the plate for David Cohn's perfect game on July 18th, 1999. And for Greg Maddox's 300th win in 2004. Irvin Santana's no-hitter. So Ted Barrett, he's been pretty lucky to be behind the plate when those big games were happening. You know, some umpires, they go 20, 30 years without even calling a no-hitter.
Coach Haber has made 3 quality pitches in a row to Adrian Beltre. The count is 2-2. He is 0 for his last 15 with runners in scoring position. Will get away, and moving to third is Hamilton. Wild pitch will be charged to Hochaver.
Yep, he just pulled this one. Hochaver did. He's held on a little bit too long.
Well, the way Beltre reached for the last pitch, it almost seemed like Luke wanted to see if he could get him to swing at a pitch further out of the strike zone.
It's Hochaver's 7th wild pitch on the season.
That will get out of play.
Put a guy at third base and nobody out with Beltre hitting. You know, he knows what to do. He's a very smart hitter. 3-2. He knows Hoach's going to come in there with something with Cruz on deck. You know, it doesn't get any easier in this lineup. So he's going to try to just place that ball out there somewhere. Get underneath it. Maybe get a fly ball.
Hit sharply, base hit left field. That breaks an 0 for 15 string he had been in with runners in scoring position. Blades Hamilton to make it 2-1.
Okay, they're trying to pitch him inside, but he's a little bit quick. You see where he's pitching him all over the plate there, and you do that to a good hitter, you're going to get beat.
Cruz swings and misses. He popped up to second base his first time up. Beltre has not been running that much lately because he's fouled so many balls off of his left foot, his front foot, and it has been causing him some pain. That's why he's the DH occasionally and third base other times. And now Hochevar hits Cruz in the back, trying to quick pitch him again. And Texas has runners on first and second with nobody out.
Yeah, well, you know, he was first pitch guessing, Cruz was. And he threw him a curveball first pitch. He tried to pitch him inside, got away from him. It's a little rib ball. Ninth hit batter by Hoch this year. Leads the staff.
He's got to forget about it now and attack David Murphy, who flied out to center field his first time up. Kansas City scored 2 runs in the first inning on a double with 2 outs by Salvi Perez.
I don't think you're going to see Murphy squaring around for a sacrifice bunt here. As good as he's been swinging the bat, Washington's going to let him go.
Butler has it, goes to second base and throws it away.
Well, he could have taken the easy out at first, but Billy thought he could make an accurate throw to Escobar. And he had to really get there. He made a nice job on the pick. He set his feet. Ball just sailed. So Escobar did all he could to try to get up and catch that. Ball just sailed away from Billy. Not used to that throw all the time. That's what happens.
A hit batter followed by an error. You're giving Texas too many opportunities. Still nobody out in this 4th inning.
Okay, Napoli in his first at bat, he flew out to right when Hochevar quick pitched him. He was walking back to the umpire, Teddy Barrett, after the inning was over, and he was putting his hands out like, you know, hey, what was he doing there? He wants to get him back.
Napoli with a big swing and miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. I told you about Napoli's power back in inning number 2. We're in the 4th now. 5 of his last 8 hits have been home runs. He has 17 big flies, and last year he belted 30.
He's a great low ball hitter. I'm not throwing him anything at the knees. I'm going to challenge him up in the zone with some good hard fastballs and make him try to catch up.
Advantage Hochevar. Now he must finish off Napoli. Got him to pop up to right field his first time up. They've got Hochevar out of trouble in the 2nd inning. Would you think of going low and away to try and get a double play?
I'm gonna punch him out and get Moreland to hit into a double play behind it.
All right. Great block by Perez. Runners do not advance. Cruz at second base. Murphy at first base.
So when you're a good low ball hitter, it means that, and you have your power to right center, it means you're not getting fooled, and you got a nice wide base, and you're able to lift that ball that's down.
Got him. Good pitch by Luke Hochevar. Breaking ball low and away, and Napoli protecting with 2 strikes. Didn't have a chance.
Good spot. Now you try to keep the ball down on Moreland, seeing if he'll end the inning with 1 swing and get 2 outs. Had him off balance.
Hochevar's next pitch will be his 60th, trying to finish the 4th inning. Holland has thrown 54 through 3. We saw on Friday what Mitch Moreland can do when you hang a curveball. He hit it 415 feet to right field to the water. Two and 0.
He's got nice power, no question. He's looking middle in. He wants to yank, turn and burn on everything. So try to keep him, try to stay away from him, down low. Hoping he tries to pull it and hits one to Getsy.
Two and 1. And Hochevar's pretty equal versus left-handers and right-handers. Left-handers just 19 points higher, 294 with 6 home runs. Right-handers 275 with 7. You have a lefty right now in Moreland and a right-hander, Mike Old, younger player, waiting on deck. Three and 1. Texas offense can really wear you out. They scored 26 runs in their last 2 games with the Angels. But the Royals held them to just 9 in the first 2 games against Kansas City. So they've hung with them pretty well. Overall, the season series is 2 wins each. Royals winning 2 in Arlington. Texas winning 2 so far here in Kansas City. Walker. So the bases will be loaded for young Mike Olt. And this is a young man we've been hearing a lot about. A little high. Just the first walk issued by Hochevar.
I'll tell you what, that pitch is a good hitting pitch there. I'm surprised he didn't take a hack at that 3-1.
A lot of Kansas City fans saw Mike Olt during the Futures game. He was coached by George Brett. He was their first round supplemental pick in 2010 out of the University of Connecticut. With 23 home runs as a junior. Big time power. Pops that one up. Will it stay in play? Butler over. First row.
So Alt got his first Major League RBI last night. And Hochevar right here would gladly hope he hits into his first double play in his big league career.
He is 2 for 6 right now, and last night he had a sacrifice fly and a well executed at bat and then singled in a run, trying to give Texas their first lead of the afternoon. In there, 0-2. Big guy at 6'2", 210. Hochevar trying to get the rookie out. Good discipline. A lot of young hitters will chase that pitch.
Yeah, and you know, this is just his 3rd game, so he hasn't been around the league at all. So, you know, it's hard to make any comparisons. Although I said just by watching him, he has a Michael Young's batting stance. It's very similar to Michael Young. But what they're hoping that this kid could be in 15 years from now, another Michael Jack Schmidt.
That's saying a lot. That's a lot of pressure.
Right. Well, no one is, and no one has. That's just my opinion. He's got a chance for a Gold Glove someday. They talk about his glove. They rave about him, and they say he can hit for power. But you know, that's a long ways down the way. But people are really good in this game at comparing guys, since they don't stay long, of who they remind him of.
Good at bat as he slugs one to right field. Frenchie drifting back. The catch is made. The runner tags. Nelson Cruz scores. Texas takes a 3-2 lead. Excellent at bat by the rookie.
I'll say he didn't nibble on those two curveballs that Hoach threw him on the outside part of the plate, so he waited, and you could see how the wind pushed Frenchie all the way back. There's no chance for him to throw anybody out. 2 outs, get out of this inning before any further damage.
That should have been the final out of the inning. The error by Billy Butler proved costly. It scored a run. Every single mistake that Kansas City has made, Texas has made them pay for. A hit batter in the inning, an error, a walk that loaded the bases. Now a sacrifice fly. The 8th Ranger to bat in the 4th is now at the plate in Elvis Andrus. Elvis with a 4-game hit streak, trying to make it 5. 9 hits in those previous 4 games, 0 for 2 in this one. Royals have erred twice this afternoon, once by Escobar and once by Butler. Over the head of Francoeur. 2 runs will score. Texas has made Kansas City pay.
6th triple for Andrus. So they're taxing Hoach this inning. They're scoring runs off of him, and they're taxing that pitch count. Frenchie just couldn't quite get it. That ball was well struck. Frenchie turned immediately, made the right angle. Ball's hit too hard.
Right now, I've got to say, Texas is what the Royals hope to become. A team that takes advantage of mistakes, and the Royals cannot afford to make mistakes against a really good ball club. O'Chaver has hit a batter this inning. His first baseman's made an error. He's walked a man to load the bases. The hit batter, the error, and the walk have all scored, and that's the difference in the game. 3 runs.
I was talking with Michael Young yesterday, and I said, hey, Michael, were you guys tired at all coming in Friday at 4 o'clock in the morning? He looked at me quickly and said, no, Hud, why? I said, well, man, it's a long way, long night. He goes, we're used to that. We don't play day games in July and August in Texas. It's too hot. So we're used to leaving after night games and flying all to different parts of the country. I didn't really think of that. They're used to traveling.
Well, you know, you always make the comment, it's mind over matter. If you don't mind, it don't matter. And Michael Young is just so empowering when you talk to him. You know, he says all the right things. Here's Escobar, his throw in time, but it is a brutal inning for Kansas City as O'Chaver gets up 5 runs in the 4th. The Rangers lead by 3. Midwest Ford dealer. By AT&T, the world's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. Time for our sprint. You call it. The Rangers leading Kansas City 5-2. Who's the top manager entering play today? Is it Robin Ventura of the Chicago White Sox, Clint Hurdle of the Pirates, Bob Melvin of the A's, or Davey Johnson of the Nationals? All four have done a terrific job this year.
What about Dusty Baker?
That's another good one.
Team's won 13 out of the last 14, I believe.
Well, they've got the best record in the major leagues at 66-41.
Well,
little tapper past the mound to second base. Young throws and gets Perez in time for the first out.
I'm going with Robin Ventura. He's my buddy, and he's done a great job, never having managed before. He's got the White Sox in contention.
It is an incredible job. How about Clint Hurdle with the Pittsburgh Pirates? The Pirates are just challenging those Cincinnati Reds. They right now are 5.5 games back. They have lost the last two to Cincinnati, playing today. Washington has a 4-0 lead on Miami in the 6th. Francoeur fouls it out of play. Jeff popped up to short his first time up. That ended the first inning. Kansas City at that time was leading 2-0, but the Rangers scored 5 runs off Hochevar in the 4th. Belted to right center field and deep and gone.
You get that ball up there in that Gale, he's got a chance, and good for Frenchie. Yeah, take a nice trot around the bases. Whew, it's been a while. Good stroke. Just the 3rd home run now in 10 games off of Royals bat, but that ball's right over the middle of the plate. Frenchie didn't pull it. He took advantage of the elements. Playing right field today, he's been seeing a lot of balls go over his head because of the wind. He says, you know what? I'm going to look middle in, but I'm going to think away. Great stroke. Got a nice uppercut. Got it in that little breeze. Made a fan happy.
Derek Holland has allowed 20 home runs this year, 18 by right-handed batters. Betancourt lifts that one foul. So Jeff now with 10 home runs in the season.
Dude's texting his buddy saying, hey, did you see me catch that ball? I'm at a Royals game, man.
Good to see Kansas City come right back with a run after giving up 5 in the top half of this inning. Jeff sat out 3 games this week. Ball roped down the line, foul. Betancourt trying to break out of the long slide. His double on Friday ended an 0-for-20 streak. His batting average down in the 230s. He struck out swinging his first time up. And then sends one to right field. Playable though for Nelson Cruz, who makes the catch for the second out. Fans, join us on August 17th for Buck Night and Fireworks Friday. That means hot dogs, peanuts, and soft drinks are just $1. Then stay after the game for Friday night fireworks presented by Hy-Vee and Pepsi. Go to Royals.com or call 1-800-6-ROYALS for tickets for the Royals and the Chicago White Sox. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon at the K. We invite you to the yard because Kansas City will go off on a road trip to Chicago and Baltimore, but when we come back we'll be taking on a very fine Oakland A's team that, well, used to play in Kansas City, and then that will be followed by the Chicago White Sox. So our homestand goes August 14th through the 19th. And moms and dads out there, your kids will be going back to school soon, so that's a great opportunity to get them out during the week. 14th, 15th, and 16th against Oakland. And then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the 17th, 18th, and 19th against the White Sox. tried to check his swing, but he went. And he is out. Number 3. KC does score a run on Frank Boer's 10th big fly of the year. 5-3 Rangers.
As a Royals first base coach, replacing Doug Sisson yesterday, and Rusty had been a special assistant to general manager Dayton Moore the last year and a half, focusing in the minor leagues on working with the young kids with their base running, working with them on their outfield play, and really involved with Kane, Dyson, Alex Gordon. When he went back down to the minors and became that great left fielder, Rusty Kuntz was the one involved with that, but also working with Will Meyer. So very comfortable and familiar with his outfield crew here in the big leagues.
The best thing about them is I know them. You know, I don't have to introduce myself. I don't have to figure out what they can do and what they can't do. But they're very athletic, you know, which always makes you look better as an outfield coach, you know, one of those kind of deals. And as far as Will Myers goes, I mean, he's going to fit in with this group. He just lacks experience right now, the situation, stuff that he goes through. Sometimes the reads aren't there, the reactions aren't quick enough at this level. But with time, you know, as long as we give him enough time, he's going to come up here and stay.
Rusty Kuntz, a great source of information, extremely popular with the players, and having spent a lot of time around him, guys, over the last 5 years, he, one, has the best head of hair of any coach in baseball. That is obviously clear. 2, he has more energy than Rex Hudler, if that is possible. 3, he has a louder voice than me, so you will see him, you will hear him, and you will definitely, and the players for sure, will feel that energy in the dugout and clubhouse every day.
Yes. Yes and yes. I agree with everything you said, including that head of hair. I wouldn't have a hat on my head either. He should be a hair model. Get back on that ball.
Lorenzo Cain battling the sun makes the catch. 1 out.
That ball started. It took off like he was going to carry it and win. Ended up knocking it down. Lorenzo Cain. We're used to seeing Gordon out there. Gordon has got a rare day off today. Good for him.
Well, since you are a hair aficionado, as we see Cain shading his eyes, I would have to ask you, Rex, who has the best hair in the major leagues?
Oh, now. Most everybody's got their hats on. It's hard to call that.
Yes, but you know them personally, so
a pretty good
walk
idea.
in the clubhouse and go, good hair, bad hair. Nah, I don't know. Your thoughts?
I think Moose has the best head of hair.
Really?
On the Royals. And you know what?
He always looks like he just got off a raft.
I'm going to say too that there's some good haired guys on this Royals team that like their hair. How about Mendoza? He hadn't had a haircut in a year.
Mendoza probably would win the award.
I'm saying too also that Tim Collins likes his weave. Okay, there's Hosmer. You can tell guys that like their hair when they don't wear their hat.
Beltre singled in a run his last time up. He is 2 for 2 in this game. I think all are very good selections. I'm going with Mendoza. Like that pitch. 1 and 2. He comes up and in with the fastball at 93.
Back him off a little bit. You're ahead in the count for the breaking ball coming.
Rip foul. Beltre was ready for it. Texas has 5 runs on 4 hits. The Royals have 3 on 4. Way inside, almost brushed Beltre, so he has been attacking him inside. He came up and in with a fastball, then threw the breaking ball down, and Beltre ripped it foul, and now comes back in with the fastball. And then goes breaking ball away. Escobar throws him out. 2 gone in the 5th. Time for our AT&T trivia question this afternoon. Who are the 3 former Ranger managers to go on and win a World Series with another team? We will give you the answer later in the game. There was a time where Texas was a whipping boy of the Kansas City Royals in the days of Brett and McRae and Splittorff and Steve Busby. They had some dreadful seasons. I remember talking with Whitey Herzog about when the Texas Rangers had a night in Arlington. It was pantyhose night. Here's the pitch down low, and that was a hint, by the way, Rex. But they said Bob Short bought 75,000 pair of pantyhose because the attendance was terrible. Well, the women came in, got their pantyhose, and then left. They didn't stay for the game. That's what Whitey said. Here is the ground ball to Betancourt. Good bounce back inning by Luke Hochevar. KC needs 2 to tie. Gets Dyson and Escobar. They'll go 1-2-3. First 10,000 fans will receive the winning T-shirt from the Fan Design and Fan Vote contest. presented by Champion Windows. Gates open at 5:30, so get there early. Go to Royals.com/T-shirt Tuesday or call 1-800-6-ROYALS for tickets. Chris Getz swings and dumps one to left field. Around first. Quickly, he'll make it to second with a leadoff double. Good start for the Royals.
Okay, that's a nice thing. Sometimes hitters will say, you know, I hit something out there. It just was a thing, but you know what? It's perfect. He fought off an inside fastball and just laid it out there.
So that's when they remark is it was a beautiful thing.
That's right.
Gets at second base. Dyson, who's been hot, he has an infield hit and grounded out. And he tries the bunt. He gets the man to third. Throw by Olt in time. I like the strategy by Dyson. He was bunting for a hit, but at least he advances, gets to third base because we are just in the middle innings.
Yeah, there's always room for a nice little sacrifice bunt. Move him over. Get him in.
Let's bring in Joe Goldberg.
Well, you saw the speed there of Dyson trying to beat that out. And there was some Olympic talk in the clubhouse today, and people saying, well, you know, Dyson, you probably could be a sprinter. You could have done that, right? Didn't you do that in high school? And he said, no, he had some turf toe, so he was never able to sprint. I said, well, what was your ever fastest time? And he said, I didn't like to run the 100 or the 60. Actually, was better the first, say, 40. I said, all right, you have a 40 time? And he said, he timed it once in football pads, and it was a 4.440, so I would say that was just okay. I said, how about you, Locane? Could you run? And he said, no, I wasn't any kind of sprinter like that. So what about an Olympic event? And I mentioned to Dyson, they got that, I don't even know what it's called now, trampoline. Did you guys see that the other day, by the way?
That's cool.
Yeah,
it actually is cool.
Up.
It's not like the trampoline with my kids jumping at home, but they're jumping up there and doing all kinds of flips in the air, and Dyson says, that I could do. He says, I've been flipping since I was 5 years old.
Is that right?
Like the Wizard of Oz, like Ozzie Smith. I bet if they allowed him to do it, and they would not, no team would nowadays, I bet Dyson could go out there and do some flips.
I'll tell you who he could not beat. Who is the Jamaican athlete? She won the 100 meters last night. She has 4 names. And she's 5 feet tall. Her Fraser Price is her last name. I watched her run last night. She was unbelievable. 5 feet tall, and she was lightning. Won another gold for Jamaica. Great story, too. Everybody's got a good story, and Joel gets it from him. The count is 3-2 as Escobar trying to get Getz home from third base with 1 out.
Got to score him.
Absolutely.
Got to get him in here. Just any kind of ground ball will do the job.
Escobar with 38 RBIs this year.
Except back to the pitcher.
Today's Olympic moment. This was embarrassing because the winner, Relish, pants fell down.
He was the winner.
Oh, and the agony of defeat. But I was cracking up laughing when they were running because they were just kids, and the one young man's pants fell down. Relish. Oh, man, Escobar with a swing and a miss. Holland with a big strikeout, but that is a must that Kansas City needed to get him home. Now 2 outs, and they need a base hit from Kane.
Boy, that's a good pitch by Holland. Perfect spot, down low, pulled the string on him and fooled him.
4 strikeouts for Derek Holland. They have pitched to the situation beautifully throughout this series. When they needed the double play, they got it done. Every time the Royals had them on the ropes, they would get a double play, like the bases loaded situation early in Game 1. Rex, nobody out, double play. That's why they've been to the World Series the last 2 years. Within 1 inning of winning the World Series against both San Francisco and St. Louis. know who is the last team to lose 2 World Series and then go back a 3rd time and finally win? You have to go back to 1923 when Babe Ruth's Yankees finally won it in 23. Kane fouls it back. Holland went with the off-speed pitch. Lorenzo taking his time to get back in. He has walked and singled in this game, scored 1 of the Kansas City 3 runs. It's up to Billy Butler. Holland swipes at the baseball, coming back to him. Now he will face Billy Butler, who has had as much success against the Rangers as any other Royal. Mike Maddox will come out for a visit.
Okay, make it hurt right here. Big hit, well-placed ball. Could score Kane from first. Billy's the man to deliver. Get back in this game here.
Billy in his career, Rex, against Texas, a .329 hitter, 4 home runs and 19 RBIs. Holland has gotten him twice, once on a line out to center field, the other time on a ground out to third. Was this discussion, Rex, just about a base being open, a younger hitter waiting on deck, even though Perez has hurt him in the past?
I think it's more keeping the ball down. Just keep the ball down. That's all. Execute your pitches. We'll get him to hit into an out here.
The Royals have been aggressive even with 2 outs. They stole bases in the first inning with 2 out. Double steal of Dyson and Kane. But I would be surprised if they sent Kane because of Billy Butler's excellence. And he pulls this one foul for strike 1.
Yeah, if you send the runner and they throw him out, then you leave your best RBI guy with a bat in his hand walking back to the dugout. So, you know, just staying home and the fact that they know you have ability to steal is good enough. Maybe that'll buy Billy a good pitch he can handle. That looked like a borderline balk there.
I'm really surprised they're spending so much time with Kane at first base.
Hey, watch him. His leg looked like it crossed the rubber and he was heading home, but not a budge out of first base umpire Marvin Hudson on the call there. He has the best angle on that. Yeah.
Base hit right field. Get scores. Kane to third. In there. Butler comes through.
All right. That's all you need. A little 14-hop worm burner right through to the opposite field there. Perfect. Just rolling through. Keep the train rolling here with 2 outs.
And you know, a lot of guys pull that pitch, Rex. There was a huge hole between first because they were holding Kane and the second baseman. And Butler kept his hand so well inside that baseball and just kind of knifed it to right field.
No, he does that with the best of them. Smart.
Here is Salvi as Kansas City has crawled to within 1 of Texas. This is a team with an outstanding starting rotation. Last night was the major league high 50th win for a Texas starter in 2012. The club record for wins by starters is 75 by the 1996 squad, although the 2011 rotation had 74 victories.
I'd like to see a gapper and see Billy Butler score from first.
1-2. Perez doubled in the first 2 runs for Kansas City. Grounded out to second base his last time up.
You hit a ball to the spacious alleys here at Kauffman Stadium. Even Billy Butler can score from first. Now, if you ask Billy, he'll say, well, if you hit it that far, why don't you get it up and just let me trot it and hit it over the fence?
You can get it up in that wind. It is blowing left to right. We saw Francoeurs get out to right center. High in the air left side. Will it stay in play? No, it's going to make it to the seats, giving Perez another opportunity. Kansas City had the early 2-0 lead. The Rangers came back with 5 in the 4th, only 1 earned off Hochevar. And then KC has come back with single runs in the 4th and the 5th. They have an opportunity to get more in this 5th inning. Perez swings and misses, strikes out, but Kansas City does get a key run in the 5th inning, closed within 1 of Derek Holland. Physiak along with Rex Hudler, and the Royals have been competitive this entire series, yet Texas has taken the first 2, and that 5th inning was a classic example of you cannot make a mistake against a team that won the American League pennant last year.
No, but you know, these guys aren't robots, Fizz. They're going to miss them here or there, but what you can't miss on is when you get runners in scoring position, like in the last inning with 2 outs, continue to try to pressure by making some contact. Shorten up the swing a little bit. Do all you can to score runs. They've been in every game. And Dave Island, he's got to feel pretty good about Guthrie start and Smith's start yesterday. They did a pretty good job.
Kane will take care of Murphy. There's 1 out as we start this 6th inning of play. And our AT&T trivia question: who are the 3 former Ranger managers to go on and win a World Series with another team? We gave you a hint.
Almost say Billy Martin's one of them.
Yes, and we also talked a little bit about Whitey Herzog, basically
That's
telling
right.
a story. The other was Gil Hodges with the Mets in 1969. That's the one we missed.
2 out of 3 is not bad.
667, that'll get you to the Hall of Fame. With 1 out, the batter is Mike Napoli. He's had a tough time against Luke Hochevar, popping up to right, striking out, swinging.
Well, I can tell you there's one manager for the Rangers that would love to put his name in that category. It's Ron Washington. Working hard. He's a baller. Baseball guy, man. Has been his whole life. Was a really talented shortstop coming up with the Dodgers until he blew his knee out. And that's back there when when they had to open up your knee and look like a shark bite after it's done, all them stitches and staples and stuff. And so that kind of slowed him down some, but I'm glad they've stuck with it.
He was the infield instructor with the Oakland A's and during that Moneyball era. And if you saw the movie, Ron Washington was featured. He was played by another actor, obviously, but they went into the home of some of the players that they were looking at. Scott Hatteberg.
And, Eric Chavez, his third baseman for Oakland, won a bunch of Gold Gloves, and he gave one of them to Washington for all of his hard work. Washington proudly displays that Gold Glove as if it was his. And he should. We talked about Rusty Coombs and, and Seitzer and Eddie Rodriguez and Ron Washington. All these guys give it all to these players. They work hard.
This might be Hochevar's last inning. He's already thrown 101 pitches, and he had to fight his way through that fourth inning when he gave up 5 runs. Only one of the runs was earned. But he made a mistake by hitting a batter and also walking a man. The 3-2 pitch. Napoli again taps it foul at the plate.
Mike Napoli got out of that Angel uniform and went on to become an all-star.
Hochevar strikes him out. That's 4 Ks for Luke.
Okay, now that's right where Napoli likes it, so he must have been looking for something else because he got that ball by him, but that's a perfect spot for Napoli, and he missed it.
Now Mitch Moreland, who flied out to center field his first time up, then walked to load the bases. That was a key at bat in that 4th inning. This Texas team puts good at bat together, and that ball pretty well struck, but Dyson will make the catch in center field, and Hochevar with a 1-2-3 6th. It's a quality start, but he's down by 1. Kids Up for Sluggers Blue Crew by U.S. Toy to be a part of the fun all year long. Members receive a batting practice jersey, backpack, water bottle, ticket vouchers, front of the line access for every Sunday fun run, and much more. Membership is just $20. Join now at Royals.com/Blue Crew or by going to the U.S. Toy Store in Leawood. Here is Francoeur going up the middle for a base hit. So he has a couple of hits in this game, including his home run, and the 6th is our Sonic Slam inning, and our contestant is Floyd Baker from Belton, Missouri. If the Royals hit a home run in this inning, Floyd, you will win $4,600. But if the Royals hit a grand slam out of the park, Floyd will win $25,000 from Sonic and the Kansas City Royals. You know, the only Floyd I know is from the Andy Griffith Show.
I knew it was coming. Floyd the Barber.
And our cameraman Ron Swan does a pretty good impression of Floyd from the Andy Griffith Show. Here is Yuniesky Betancourt. Fly ball struck to right field. Cruz. Frenchie's tagging up. He bluffed to go. Cruz has an excellent arm, and Jeff would have been out by a mile. Rusty comes over and says, "Whoa, big fella." There was a Floyd Bannister, though, Hud, in Major League Baseball.
It's Cliff Floyd, too.
That's true. Brian Bannister, Floyd's son, pitched for Kansas City. Here's Brian Pena. Kansas City has been very aggressive in this series, particularly with Napoli behind the plate. And I would imagine they would be aggressive with Derek Holland here. And she does not go. The pitch comes inside. Here's some flashbacks with Holland against Pena, 2010, to right center field. That's a 3-run home run for Brian.
Got it up. Short porch out there in Arlington. Good swing.
And that's a great approach with the wind blowing like it is today, Rex.
It is, Steve, but you can't hit one there with Holland pounding in constantly all day. He's been inside using that pitch. It's a natural cutting action. So, man, I'm not going to look that way. I'm going to try to pull him. If he's coming in there.
Frenchie got one up. Four-seam fastball, middle of the plate.
He did.
Went right center field, and the wind helped it.
Pitchers don't try to make mistakes, but they do, and that's what hitters wait for. You got to wait for them. Just like
that's hit well. Deep left field. Gone.
Take the chef's hat off and turn the fan on. Se fue la bola. That ball's out of here. That's how you get him out of your kitchen.
Way to go, Floyd. Floyd the Baker, you get yourself $4,600 because of this swing.
Oh, that was nice. Go ahead, Hoach. Give him a couple runs. Let him qualify for a W. $4,600 for Floyd. Way to go.
I'll bet his phone's ringing in Belton, Missouri.
I sprung out of my seat. That's what we're talking about right there. Pitching you inside. You got to turn and burn on him. He just dropped the head of the bat down. It was a little breaking ball in there. That's kind of a little hook and hit right in his wheelhouse. Pena knows he took him deep once to right field, and he's got him again. Hoach is leaving him hanging, saying, "Hey, look, don't leave me hanging. I just got you a potential W there." Just looking for a little knuckle bump. That's all. Still a ways to go in this game, but Pena, who plays once, maybe twice a week now, just did something really good.
Kansas City back in front at 6-5, and Floyd's going to take Thelma Lou to dinner tonight.
Okay. Go ahead, Floyd.
Chris Getz had that approach his last time up and doubled down the left field line. And the Texas outfield has swung around towards left. Holland has now gone over 100 pitches. That was his 102nd. Roy Oswalt started to warm for the Texas Rangers. And there is strike 3 called as he dotted the outside corner with a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. This could be the last batter that Holland faces. If Dyson's able to reach, they've got right-handers Escobar, Kane, Butler, Perez to follow. So I would imagine they would go to Roy Oswalt. Dyson takes a good curveball for strike 1.
Okay, Michael Young, second baseman. He's at regular depth there at second base. Go ahead and pull a little bunt to the first baseman here. Not now. It's 0-2. Dyson been going good. He only has 4 bunt base hits this year out of his 64 hits. Don't want to forget about that bunt.
Holland strikes out the last 2 bases, but the damage has been done. Brian Pena in the DH spot today. Belts one out to left. Kansas City's back in front by 1. By Panera Bread, now with 24 KC Metro locations. Visit us online at PaneraKansas.com. And by AT&T Uverse, the new wireless receiver from AT&T Uverse. Visit att.com/freeyourtv. Rethink possible. 6-5. Kansas City has the lead. Brian Pena with the biggest smile, because his big fly gave the Royals the lead. Our Chevy call to the bullpen brings on Aaron Crow. 49th game this year. Been pitching well of late. Kansas City would love to end this homestand going 4-2. The batter is Mike Olt. He's been tough. He has flied out to right and also knocked in a run with the sacrifice fly. 3 RBIs by the rookie in this series. 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 3 RBIs by the rookie in
Okay, young man, he's not aggressive at all, which is good. I mean, most guys are up there, can't wait to get another big league hit.
Holt takes a rip, and a mighty one. He was expecting fastball and got it at 93. Holt hit 28 home runs at Double-A Frisco. 3-1. Next thing he wants to do is walk the leadoff man after his team gave him the lead. Luke Hochaver went 6 innings. A walk. The little things that Kansas City continues to do that haunt them.
Well, it wasn't like he was trying to do it, but you face that number 9 guy. He's leading off the inning. You walk him. Now you got the top of their order coming up, the most productive part of it, even though they're all pretty good in there. So we'll see if Andrus does a little bunt.
No, he's swinging. Well, he has been hot. And he had that 2-run triple his last time up. He's been on a couple of times in this game. Now has a 5-game hit streak with 10 hits during those 5 games. Royals really need to get a double play. Throw, though, gets 2 quick strikes across. Aaron pitched well in his last outing. He was Kansas City's 6th pitcher on Thursday as he entered a 6-6 game in the 11th versus Cleveland, and he worked a 1-2-3 inning, finishing with a strikeout. Kansas City walked off with that Alcides Escobar game winner. Out of play as Andrus took a shot at right field.
Andrus, he's not an easy out. Like Alcides Escobar, he's a shortstop that can hit. Been around 300 all year long. Coming into this game, hit 294, 44 ribbies.
Ground ball past Betancourt into left field.
So here they come again. But you know, you give them a little bit of light by walking the leadoff batter. Here it comes. You hope you can stop it. With Young stepping in here, he's grounded into 14 double plays already. And Dave Island's going to try to talk him in to number 15 here. I don't think Moose even gets that one.
Another 2-strike hit by the Texas Rangers. Fans follow the Royals with the MLB.com at Bat 12 app for your iPhone, iPad, Android, BlackBerry, and Windows Mobile. Get live audio, pitch tracking, video highlights, and more. Text at Bat to 31826 or visit Royals.com for details. Tim Collins starting to warm in the Royals bullpen. Kansas City's pen has been strong, but they have caused their own difficulty in this 7th inning with the leadoff walk to the rookie, the number 9 batter, Michael Olt. And the single with 2 strikes by Andrus. And the batter is Michael Young. This is one of the great hitters in Texas history. 6 times over 200 hits in a season. 2,173 in his career. Waves at the first offering, a slider from Crow. Crow has Young down 2 strikes.
Throw him that unhittable slider right here. That's the one he gets a lot of strikeouts on.
Right center field. That is trouble. It will drop. They go to second base. Escobar's coming home. They get the out at the plate, but the tying run did score. This team is incredible with 2 strikes.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you can't be too good with 2 strikes. That ball's right down the middle. Where's a waste pitch? Crow is not exactly sharp in this inning. Ball bounces now. Andrus, he feels pretty good today. And he was out by a mile as Escobar, his buddy, threw a perfect ball to Salvi. And with 1 out, Ed Yost is saying, you know, I got to find somebody else who wants to help me win this game. Come on, guys.
Rough 7th for Aaron Crow. Tim Collins will try and bail him out. This is our Chevy call to the bullpen. Against Kansas City. But how about this moment?
Well, Andrus says, I'm going to keep going. Look at Dave Anderson right there. He's saying, please stop. Stop and don't go. You'll get thrown out. So when you run a stop sign, sometimes you get popped.
Josh Hamilton, the batter. Tim Collins' first pitch is low and outside, ball 1. You have Hamilton now, then a right-hander, Adrian Beltre. Every single time the Royals have had the lead, Texas has roared back. Then Kansas City came back. They took the lead. Now Texas has tied it. Left field and playable for Lorenzo Cain, who makes the catch. Young does not advance. It's a big second out here in the 7th inning. Beltre has suddenly gotten hot again. He went through a stretch where he went 0 for 15 with runners in scoring position, then singled in a run with a man at second base in the 4th inning. That was the first of the 5 runs that Texas would plate in that 4th.
It's a big hitter here for Collins to try to get out. Okay, fastball's away. If you're going to pitch him in, make sure it's way in. And I'd like to see Collins use that straight changeup here on this guy, Beltre. Got to mix up his timing. He's got a nice straight changeup, and along with the big hook.
Right-handers only batting 174 against him. And a lot of it has to do with that straight change you were talking about.
He'll throw it to either batter, righty or lefty, but it's an effective pitch when you have a nice 94-mile-an-hour fastball that complement that with that big curve. So he's got the weapons. Just got to be careful in here because these guys get paid on their run production and knocking runs in.
Barely misses outside with a 93-mile-an-hour fastball. Oh, that's a good pitch, Hud.
Sure is.
So is that.
Can now backdoor hook him here. So that big curve ball to where he releases it. The hit, Beltre sees it and he goes, oh, that can't be a strike. And it comes back over for a strike on the outside corner. Oh, they're coming in. Better stay way in.
Fastball down, count is full, 3-2. First base is open, but another powerful right-handed batter is next, and Nelson Cruz.
Collins wants to punch out Beltre before he even gets there. Let Cruz lead off the next inning. Make a pitch.
Foul. Beltre had a terrific year last year. An all-star, 32 home runs, 105 RBIs. Young at second, 2 out. Here is the 3-2 pitch. It did not go. Ball 4. So Beltre is at first base and Cruz will come up. Kansas City needs to take, like we talked about in the open, they need to take the Rangers by the horns, and they need to win this game. They've made so many mistakes this afternoon. So they have to seize the moment.
It's 2 walks in the inning by relievers. Now the bullpen's been really good. But you know, against this team,
Salvi's talking to his son, it looks like.
You know, this team, you walk a guy, sometimes that's going to add on if the next hitter gets a hold of him. And Cruz, he's a guy with power to all fields.
Nelson is hitless in this series, 0 for 9. He has scored a run in this game after he was hit by a pitch and scored later in that 4th inning. In there. Good fastball at 93 miles an hour. Texas has tied it at 6. 2 on, 2 out. Way inside, almost hit Cruz in the foot.
Well, if not for quick-footed Salvador Perez, that ball would have went back to the screen and put him in scoring position, both runners. Good job, especially when that ball's at a hitter's feet. A lot of catchers, they can't pick up the ball. They're blocked with the vision.
Three and 1. Boy, he is walking on the razor's edge. 3-2.
Okay, there's a straight change in a fastball count. Nice location.
Would you double up on that pitch?
Yes, I'm definitely not going to come back with a fastball. Depends on how his curve's working. He's only throwing one. I might go back with a changeup. Keep it down. That's what he did.
Cruz with tremendous power, 6 home runs his last 13 games. He has 17 overall. That time he came in on the fastball and in enough where Cruz could not get to it. The runners are going. If a ball is struck in the gap, they could score both.
Collins, he's a good strikeout pitcher. His next strikeout will be his 70th punch out in just 53 innings.
They're second most in a season by a Royals lefty reliever, trailing Andrew Sisco. Struck out 76 in 2005, and we are just in early August. Well, he would love to get 70 right here. The count is 3-2. The runners moving with 2 out.
Fouled off barely. What a nice pitch there. That was good. Just missed swinging over the top of that by a fraction of an inch. He would have been out of the inning. Collins doing a nice job keeping the ball down.
Center field. Dyson makes the catch. Exhale, Royals fans. For our AT&T Uverse Reverse replay. Jeff Francoeur, one of his 2 hits today, and this one left the yard into the Pepsi porch.
Yeah, and it was a nice stroke too, and he'll take that little single to go with it. Get back on the hit track, get him some confidence going, especially against the lefties that are coming up here in this next series.
The new pitcher for Texas will be Roy Oswalt, and he has had a storied career with the Rangers. A rather high ERA at 6.14. He waited a long time to sign with Texas and tossed 2 scoreless innings in the game against the Angels, final game that they won 15-9. That was his first relief win since 2004, when he was with Houston against Philadelphia.
Well, you know, he's not thrilled about going to the bullpen, and you can't really blame him. Especially as a starter, having a record of 163 and 95 with a 3.26 ERA.
But if you want to win a world championship, sometimes you got to go to the pen to get it. I think he will do that. Texas can get back to their 3rd straight World Series and win it this time after losing to the Giants and losing to the Cardinals. Escobar is the batter. He'll be followed by Kane, then Butler, 3 straight righties. If anybody gets on, another right-hander in Perez. First pitch misses, ball 1.
Yep, he's got all 4 pitches he's going to use. He's not as overpowering as he used to be with his hard fastball, but he's a professional pitcher. He's not a thrower.
Got a good 91-mile-an-hour heater past Escobar, and Esky in this game is sacrificed, flied out, and struck out.
You know, Alt backed up at 3rd. Perfect.
It rolls foul.
Man, Esky, he saw what I saw. He took a little peek. Got to get on base any way you can, and he almost hit a little bit too fine down the line. But now with 2 strikes, Alt will stay back, gives him more range. You don't see too many guys that bunt with 2 strikes, because if you foul it off, you're out. But in a situation where you know a pitcher's going to throw an off-speed pitch down in the count like this, you can give yourself up a little early and see the ball down and get a good base hit with 2 strikes.
I remember you bunting for a base hit with 2 strikes.
And no one expects it. Ooh, but he's hacking.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Oswalt has had success in his past in the bullpen. He is 4-2 with a 2.21 ERA over 14 career relief appearances. Obviously, he had some great years with the Houston Astros, helping them to a National League title where they would lose to the Chicago White Sox. Escobar takes it low, 2-2. Strikes out Escobar. Fans, this copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Royals Baseball Corporation and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any forms. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Royals. We come to you from Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City. Steve Physiak, Rex Hudler, Joel Goldberg, Jeff Montgomery. Jeff's name was not mentioned there because he's just a bullpen guy.
You know how important bullpen guys are, though.
There's a strike on the outside corner. 0-2. Jeff Montgomery is spending a lot of time with his future career in music. There's a ground ball struck to 3rd. Michael Alt. Well, that's a nice play.
You know, Oswalt, there's Monty.
Listen to this. That guy has skills. Incredible.
It's beautiful.
Did you hear the crowd cheering for him after it?
Well, why not? It was really nice. Nice. They can unplug the player now.
Billy is 1 for 3. Had a big hit in the 5th inning that knocked in a run. It was with 2 outs, and it was a critical moment in the game where Kansas City was pressuring Texas. But they made big out after big out, and then Butler came through and knifed a base hit through the whole right side to score Chris Getz, bring Kansas City to within 5-4. The next inning, Brian Pena belted a home run, and that gave Kansas City a very short-lived 6-5 lead until Michael Young doubled in a run. That tied it at 6, and that's where we are. Oswald has retired the first 2 Royals who faced, Escobar and Kane, and now gets Billy Butler. So a terrific 7th inning for Roy Oswald.
The American League, and New York behind Raul Ibanez wins 6-2. Detroit 5-5 with Cleveland. Max Scherzer a 9 strikeout performance, and actually in the double digits in that one. Minnesota loses to Boston. Also traded Danny Valencia to Boston. Tampa and Baltimore scoreless. Chicago one better than LA right now. And interesting to note that Francisco Liriano knocked out of the game in this one in the 5th inning with an injury to his right quad. Couple of home runs for the White Sox. A.J. Pierzynski, 21st on the year, and you can't mistake the batting stance of Kevin Youkilis, number 13. Royals go to the White Sox later tonight for a 3-game series beginning tomorrow.
Thank you very much, Joel. It's a 6-6 ball game here. Rangers and Royals. Texas has 6 runs on 6 hits. The Royals have 6 runs on 8 hits. Tim Collins staying in the game to face left-handed swinging David Murphy. Ground ball second. Getz has it. 1 out. We started the day with Luke Hochevar facing Derek Holland. Now it's up to the bullpens. These teams have gone back and forth. KC up 2-0 after the first, as Salvi Perez ripped a 2-out double. But the Royals almost hand-delivered Texas 5 runs in the 4th inning. KC did not quit and came back.
All right, Napoli's sitting on the first ball, fastball there, and you got a changeup. Good pitch selection by Salvador Perez. In the dirt.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Royals pitchers, starters and relievers all knew the influence that Salvador Perez would have on them. But now in Salvi's 32nd game, they are all sold in on Salvi and what he brings. Good location there by Collins.
2 outs now in the 8th inning.
Good piece of pitching there, man. That's nice. Look at Salvador just sitting back in a rocking chair back there, just rocking back and forth. When he sets up and they put it there, loves it.
Kansas City fans are going to love to watch him catch, and they have him through 2019. Signed a 4-year deal with club options through 2019. That ball is in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes to Mitch Moreland, a left-handed batter. Moreland has flied out, walked, scored a run, and also flied out to center field in the 6th. That was the last batter that Hochevar faced, as Hoch went 6 innings today, gave up 4 hits, 5 runs, only 1 was earned. 1 walk and 4 strikeouts. He had good stuff today. In the air, left center field. Kane cuts in front of Dyson to make the catch, and a 1-2-3 8th inning by Tim Collins. To help you stop smoking now. The state of Missouri tobacco quit line. Call 1-800-QUIT-NOW. Here at Kauffman Stadium, Steve Physiok, Rex Hudler, Joel Goldberg, Jeff Montgomery, and here in the bottom of the 8th inning, Roy Oswalt will continue facing Salvi Perez, Jeff Francoeur, and Yuniesky Betancourt. 3 more right-handers. KC loaded their lineup with a lot of right-handers because of Derek Holland. And Holland, who had allowed 17 of his 19 home runs to right-handed batters. 2 more righties took him deep for Kansas City, Francoeur and Pena.
Okay, that pitch there is the one that's worked for him in the last inning, striking out a couple batters. Is that changeup. So his fastball's not overpowering, 91, 92. Curveball, but the changeup he's been getting some swing and misses on. So in order to hit that, you have to look for the fastball, but you just adjust. In the back of your mind, you know he's got it, like it's coming right here. Probably 2-2. He's going to hook him or put a change up in there. You got a lefty warming up.
Well, he worked the young Salvi Perez and struck him out, so he has struck out 3 of the 4 Royals that he has faced.
He got Salvi thinking like I was, and with an off-speed, snuck the fastball in on him.
Jeff Francoeur with a couple of hits today. The first went distance.
Yeah. Nice swing. Got him going. And he got this other hit up the middle.
Roy Oswalt, one of the great pitchers in the National League for so many years, now working in the bullpen for the Rangers. I mean, he is a 3-time All-Star in 05, 06, and 07. And has finished in the National League's top 6 in the Cy Young voting on 6 different occasions. There's a pair of 20-win seasons as a starter in his past. Strike in there.
Just because Oswald's in the pen here on August 5th doesn't mean he'll always be there. I mean, this guy, they can insert him right back in that rotation whenever they want to.
He's only 34. He's coming off that injury, so he took some time off and signed with the Rangers late, 2 months into the season. In there, strike 3 called. Oswalt painting.
Wow. So if there's such a thing as a reliever making a statement saying, I don't know why you took me out of the rotation, but this is it right here. Oswalt, he's not messing around. He's punched out 4 of his last 5 batters, and he's doing it with all of his pitches.
Well, you know what baseball is all about. It's about what have you done for me lately. And lately his ERA as a starter was 6.5, so they put him in the bullpen because their 5 starters have done the job. Darvish, Holland, Harrison, Dempster, Feldman. I mean, Feldman's their number 5 guy, and he was sensational last night. He's 6-0 his last 6 starts. Barely missed there. He has faced 5 Royals in the 7th and 8th, and he has struck out 4 of them.
Boy, you know, love his tempo, man. He gets the ball and throws it. No messing around.
Betancourt pops up. Elvis Andrus, the shortstop, makes the catch. Oswalt, a perfect 7th, a perfect 8th. 6-6 to the 9th we go.
Live. When that happens, we'll be talking about the offensive production of Jeff Francoeur and Brian Pena, both going deep today. Luke Hochevar does allow 5 runs in the game, but only 1 of them earned. And we'll start to get you ready for the Windy City. Mendoza, Chen, and Guthrie set to take on Sale, Peavy, and Quintana at U.S. Cellular Field. That and more coming up on Boulevard Royals Live. Fizz?
Thanks very much, Joel. And we will see a new pitcher. It will be Greg Holland. He earned the save on Wednesday versus the Tribe, his first since assuming the closer's role with the trade of Jonathan Broxton on Tuesday. So Holland takes over, and he's pitched very well in his 2 outings. Tossed a perfect 10th as well on Thursday against Cleveland. They kept the score tied at 6-6, and that's where we are right here, 6-6 in the 9th. Michael Olf has flied out to right, hit a sacrifice fly and walked. He has put together some professional at-bats in his young major league career. There's a strike, 1-1.
All right, Holland coming in there and use that fastball, slider, split finger pitches, and he's got command of all 3 of them.
Good eye by this young hitter, just 23 years of age, from New Haven, Connecticut. Oh, don't do this again. They walked him to lead off the 7th inning. And he came around to score on the double by Michael Young. This is the number 9 hitter, the kid who was just called up from Double-A. You want to be really aggressive with this young hitter. 3-2.
There you go. Do it again. Got
no walks.
Good hard fastball. Challenger.
Stayed with the heater. He's gone fastball, fastball. Will they come back with that heater? He did raise his eye level on the one to make it 3-2. Wow. Rookie shouldn't be able to do that. Kansas City has to seize the moment. They have been unable to do that this entire series. It is the second time the number 9 hitter has walked, and the 9 spot has just hurt the Royals dramatically this entire series.
So Andrus probably, I would like to see Ron Washington bunt him, although Washington, he knows all about small ball. You have a guy up there that can bunt. And he's going to take a long look down at Dave Anderson, third base coach.
Runner goes. The throw goes into center field. The mistakes continue. Wow.
Third error. Salvador, he lost his footing. And he threw the ball away. His left foot spun out underneath him. Couldn't get his feet. Like to talk about it, in order to make a good throw, you got to have your feet underneath you, set him to go, and they left him. So now they'll have to bring the infielders in and hope like heck, with nobody out, that Holland can punch him out. Somehow, some way get out of it.
It is incredible how many times leadoff walks in the 9th inning come back to haunt you. And in this case, a 23-year-old rookie in his 4th major league game led the inning off with a walk, then stole second base on a hit and run, and goes to third on an error. Third error by Kansas City. Squeezes on. Bolt's coming in and gets tagged out.
There you go. Interesting. to see Salvador Perez catch that ball and stand up at 6'3", 240 pounds, and a rookie, all he's coming. So Salvi says, okay, you want some of me? Go ahead, I'm ready for you. He was bracing for a shot if the kid had it, but he read that body language and says, I think I'll just take my chances here.
I'm a little surprised they would call a squeeze with nobody out. Well, maybe with one out, but not nobody out. And here is the pitch, and Andrus sends it up the middle. Escobar cuts it off, throws in time, 2 outs.
Wow, so with a little bit of help of Ron Washington trying the element of surprise, ends up now. It looks pretty good for Hall. There's 2 outs all of a sudden and no runners on. All right, that's a good break. And especially, managers will put that on because it is the element of surprise. But sometimes you got to figure out who's pitching out there and what kind of stuff he's got. And Holland, he's unpredictable. You don't know what he's going to throw, and he was expecting him to throw Andrus a nice straight fastball, and he didn't. Threw that split finger. That's a tough pitch to get a bat on a suicide squeeze.
Here is Michael Young with 2 out, nobody on. A huge swing and a turn of events for Kansas City, as they were in dire straits, particularly the way Roy Oswalt had been throwing, and Joe Nathan was ready to go to try and close out the 9th. Here's a chopper up the middle that will reach center field, a base hit, and Young is on. So Texas not done yet. And the Royals bat in the bottom of the 9th inning. They will have the bottom of the order coming up, and Brian Pena, Chris Getz, Gerard Dyson. We do have Hosmer and Moustakas available from the left side for Kansas City, along with Alex Gordon. So they have 3 lefties on the bench should they want to go that direction. Hamilton this afternoon is 1 for 4. He doubled to start the 4th inning. First pitch, ball 1. One and one. Ross is the left-hander, Nathan the right-hander. They're ready. Hamilton swings and misses. Now he is down in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Josh is a guy you can strike out. He has struck out 102 times this season.
He swings over the top of a breaking ball like that. Sometimes you're tempted to come back with another one. See what Salvi puts down. Nice, his fastball up. Let's see if we can get him to swinging one.
Texas 6 runs on 7 hits. The Royals 6 runs on 8 hits. Got him. Holland with a great breaking ball to strike out Josh Hamilton. We're heading to the bottom of the 9th. Kansas City has a chance to win it. Brought to you by Miller Lite. Brian Pena won $4,600 for Floyd the Baker. They are partying in Benton, Missouri. Belton, Missouri. I beg your pardon, Floyd. Belton, Missouri is partying. And here we go with Pena. What a time for the big guy. Ryan has grounded out, struck out, and belted a 2-run home run that gave Kansas City a 6-5 lead. But the Rangers would come back with a run in the 7th. They have brought a left-hander out of the bullpen named Robbie Ross. They also have a new shortstop in Gonzalez. Alberto Gonzalez takes over for Elvis Andrus. And there is Robbie Ross. Incredible numbers this year. He posted the 4th lowest rookie ERA through the All-Star break in Major League history, and we're talking all the way since 1933, with a minimum of 40 innings of work.
I saw Andrus walk out after that ground ball. He hustled, trying to beat out that play that Escobar threw him out, and he walked back to the Ranger dugout slowly. So I don't know if there's something wrong with his legs or something, but Ron had to get a new shortstop out there, and Pena sees a new left-hander. The kid Ross, he's got a good sinking fastball. He'll cut his fastball in on righties as well. Not overpowering, 88 to 93. Slider and a changeup.
He's allowed a run in just 1 of his last 5 games. 6-0 this year with a 1.71 ERA, 35 strikeouts in 52 2/3 innings.
Outfielders are way deep, trying to cut the ball off if it does get to the gap. Olt, the third baseman, he's kind of hovering close to that line. They're playing no doubles. See those outfielders? Their backs scraping the wall.
The count 3-1 to Brian Pena.
Okay, waiting for a good pitch he can hit.
Takes a rip. 3-2. That one hurt.
It fouled off his hand somewhere. He's saying that's the last thing I needed today. I'm the designated hitter. And not having to catch, I didn't get any foul tips or anything, but I'm not going to foul one off myself. Thought I got a day off from that.
He walks.
Nice.
And then he sprints to first base. like that. Energy.
That's right. That's a good leadoff walk there.
But he had a big walk in that 11-inning victory when Escobar won the game. And that was in the first inning, and it led to a Hosmer 3-run home run.
Never know, but right here, Get's going to be getting that ball down. Bunt it to first. Make it first baseman come get it. Ooh, not that.
Chris bunts it foul, strike 1.
You want to make Moreland come off of that bag. Get Pena to second. If you bunt it to third, Alt's got a better angle to throw you out.
We saw poor execution on a suicide squeeze bunt by Texas in the top half of this inning. After Old had walked, stole second base, went to third on the throwing error. It was all set up for a Texas lead. This time Getz bunts, caught, and they do not go to Pena. Wow. So Robbie Ross gets a key out here in the 9th inning.
Yeah, too bad for Getz. You know, he's a good bunter, but he just didn't have the barrel of the bat above his hands. Bunt it underneath the ball. You want to bunt the top half and get it down. He knows that, but it's a fine line. But when it comes down to a game like this, 6-6, you got to execute.
This probably will be the last batter that Ross will face, as Dyson is a left-hander and then nothing but righties to follow. And they may go to Joe Nathan. Strike 1. Ross did give up a grand slam on Monday versus the Angels to Kendrys Morales. 1-1.
Ross just wanted to know if he was working with Michael Young on a comebacker.
One and two. This game ends. Kansas City will be flying to Chicago for a 3-game series. Mendoza will get the start tomorrow night against Chris Sale. Royals would love to head to the Windy City by going 4-2 on this homestand. In there. Strike 3 call. Dyson did not like the call from home plate umpire Ted Barrett.
Anything close with 2 strikes, you got to be hacking. I think Ted's had better days behind the plate. Today's not one of his best days.
This is Escobar, who was the hero on Thursday. In the 11th inning, he shot a base hit through the hole between third and short, won the game by a final of 7-6. Well, it was 6-6 when he stepped up there in the 11th. It's 6-6 as he steps up in the 9th.
Slider down. And, you know, Ross, the reason he's done so well this year is because, first of all, not a lot of hitters have seen him. He's young, he's new, but he executes his pitches down in the zone. He knows the kind of pitcher he is. Sinker, slider. Ooh.
He's had a lot of success against right-handers as well. Righty's only batting .219 against Robbie Ross.
Oh, man, Escobar took the cookie, and now he's going to get another slider in the dirt.
I don't think Pena's going anywhere. Brian does not have a stolen base. He has attempted 1.
Murphy's playing way over. You see where he is. He's over here. He's right up on top of your screen. If Escobar can hook something down that line, could be in some business here.
Count is full.
I'm not saying you're going to score Pena on a gapper, especially as deep as the Rangers outfielders are. They're all deep. In case he does hit a gapper, they can get to it quicker. But Pena will be off and running here.
Foul. This inning is Robbie Ross's. Joe Nathan was up at the start, but he has sat down the last couple of batters. Another right-hander will follow in Lorenzo Cain. Good rip. He had timed it well. Just did get underneath.
Okay, with Pena being the winning run at first base, Ron Washington has his first baseman Moreland staying close to him, not letting him get a good secondary lead because he could score him. If you get a big walking lead out there, Gapper could.
He is coming inside on Alcides Escobar. Back-to-back pitches.
Okay, we see 8 pitches, man. You start gaining confidence. And Brian Pena getting a little workout, running on every pitch.
Again fouled off. Bobby Ross came inside with another 95-mile-an-hour heater. So 9 pitches Escobar will see in this at bat in the bottom of the 9th inning. Winning run at first base. We'll see 10 pitches to Escobar.
Yep, nothing wrong with that. Just gets more confident every pitch that's coming. Now Pena, after about the last 2 or 3, he's saying, all right, look, I got my wind sprints in for the day. Now I'd like to run one for real. Once you hit the gap.
He walked him. Lorenzo Cain will bat with the winning run in scoring position.
Great plate appearance by Escobar. He won it. Thought they could get him to swing at that slider down because he's been so aggressive swinging at the last 4 pitches, and he beat him. See if Cain wants to be the hero. He's going to have to wipe his brow on that one. That's a long at bat. Maddox comes out, no pitching change. He's giving him a little confidence, the young guy Ross, saying, okay, let me see what you can do, big boy. Okay, 11 total pitches Escobar milked out of Ross. Let's check him out. Look at that. Look at the plethora of pitches there on the Fox tracks. And then that was the one he spit on, and that's hard to do when you've been in swing mode. So maybe that at-bat helps him get the win here. We'll wait and see.
Tanner Scheppers has just gotten up in the Texas bullpen. The 6'4" right-hander that we saw on Friday, who has 95-mile-an-hour heat.
Lorenzo Cain likes the first pitch he sees with a runner in second base.
Takes a rip, fouls it off. Strike 1.
Okay, he was on it. Got a pitch he could handle too. That ball was saying hit me. .299. Base hit right here, put him over 300 and maybe get Pena home from second. We'll see.
Down in the count, 0-2. Ross's fastball seems to be almost cutting into every single right-hander.
Good slider too. Probably going to throw that one right down and in where he threw Escobar. See if he can get him to swing at it. Head like this 0-2, he's going to give him a waste pitch.
And does. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. We're in the bottom of the 9th inning. Brian Pena led the inning off with a walk. Getz tried to sacrifice him, but popped up. Dyson struck out. Escobar with an 11-pitch walk. And now Lorenzo Cain. Ground ball, third. Olt has it. His throw in time. We're going to extras in Kansas City. 6-6 ball game. To the 10th we go. the beef jerky you want. It's the official sponsor of Extra Innings. 6-6 ball game. The Rangers with 6 runs on 7 hits. The Royals with 6 runs on 8 hits. Greg Holland stays in the game to face Adrian Beltre, and his first pitch is up and in, ball 1. Beltre has doubled, singled to drive in a run, and scored. He's also walked. He is 2 for 3, on base 3 times. Mighty rip there, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Beltre, good power, 18 home runs this year. He's driven in 62. Elvis Andrus, we understand, had to leave the game because of right shoulder soreness. That's why he was taken out of the game, and Alberto Gonzalez came in. Hit high in the air. This will get out of play, foul territory, and Holland will have a 2-2 count against Beltre. This is one tough guy. They say the top of his foot is just all black and blue with bruises from fouling sinkers and sliders off the top of it, but he goes out there every single day, either plays third base or DH. He does not want to come out of the lineup. Not until Texas has the West clinched. They came in with a 5.5 game lead on Oakland, 6 up on the Angels, and the Angels are getting knocked around by the Chicago White Sox again.
Yep. It's over. They lost 4-2. Beltre, he doesn't even wear a pad, a shin guard on his shin either.
He used to. There's a base hit to left center field. So the lead run is on to lead off the 10th inning. The batter will be Nelson Cruz, who is 0 for 3 in this game. He was hit by a pitch by Luke Hochhaver back in the 4th inning when Texas scored 5 of their 6 runs.
Okay, Cruz, you want to keep that ball away from him and down. Don't give him anything out over the plate that he can get his hands extended on. With the wind blowing like it is today, that's right in his home run zone. Right, center, you know, he goes to left too, so don't want to. There you go. It's a good spot. Pitch him in tight.
We have not seen a Royal double play yet. And Kansas City's second in the major leagues, right behind the Minnesota Twins. Why not now? Looked like Holland fell off to the side that time and missed his location. The count will be 2-1.
You know, most right-handers fall off to the first base side, but if you fall off too drastically, sometimes that pulls your shoulder off and leaves your arm angle up, and you leave everything up in the zone. So you're going to try to direct everything towards your target.
Ground ball, base hit. Beltre stops at second base. Ball knocked down by Escobar, no advance. Well, those are 2 tough hitters.
Now, how about Nelson Cruz altering his swing and just saying, you know what, I see a big hole over there, I'm going to try to shoot it. Beltre, he knows about the arm of Francoeur, so he tries to give it a look like he's coming, but he wouldn't. He would have been thrown out.
Lewis Coleman warming up for the Kansas City Royals.
Now, Beltre, he don't like this either, because now Gentry's coming in to pinch run for him. Look at, he doesn't want to go. I told you now. Beltre turned his back to the runner. He was looking in center field like he didn't see Gentry coming. That's the kind of fun this guy has. He goes, you know, what's wrong with you? What are you doing out here?
2 on, nobody out. Jeff Francoeur was talking last night about the professional hitters that Texas has, and we have seen that all 3 series, particularly with 2 strikes. Now they have a tough out in David Murphy. Ball 1. Murphy, with an 8-game hit streak on the line, came in 14 for 27, a batting average over 500. But he is flied out, reached on an error, flied out to left, and grounded out to second. Two and 0. We talked to Ned Yost about the Texas professional hitting, and he said these guys have been there, done that. Popped up. Lorenzo Cain. 1 big out. But when you had to go through the division series, the championship series, the World Series in back-to-back years, this team knows how to handle pressure.
Yes, they do. But you know, you can beat them despite the 3 errors and the walks. If you'll just execute a little bit, just try to do what you can do here. Get Napoli to ground into a little double play would really help Holland.
The inning started with Beltre singling to left center field. Cruz fought off several good pitches by Greg Holland and then bounced one through the right side. Murphy popped up. Napoli has a favorable 2-0 count. That was the 35th pitch thrown by Greg Holland. That obviously takes him out for an opportunity in tomorrow night's game with the Chicago White Sox. He'll need a day off. This is his 2nd inning of work. So trying to keep it close with the Texas Rangers, tied at 6 in the bottom half of the 10th inning. Middle of the order coming up, Butler, Perez, Francoeur. 3-0 count on Mike Napoli.
Well, you know, it's Ned's decision to send him out there for another inning. And he figures that he's got enough guys in the back of the pen that if there is a closing situation tomorrow night in Chicago, he can use it.
Dave Island coming out to visit with Greg Holland, whose command has not been good this entire 2 innings. He walked the leadoff batter in the 9th inning. In this frame, he's been able to get to 2 strikes, but base hits by Beltre and Cruz. Important pop-up, but not one pitch in the zone to Mike Napoli that loads the bases. Now a sacrifice fly gives Texas the lead. We've got a fly ball hitter coming up in Mitch Moreland. Kansas City was bailed out on a missed suicide squeeze attempt when Texas had the go-ahead run 90 feet away at third base with nobody out. Ron Washington chose to suicide squeeze, and Andrus did not get the bunt down, and Mike Old was out at home plate.
Dave Island, he probably told him keep the ball down on him, pitch to contact. I think we're going to roll a pair here.
That last pitch was a ball, and then Ted Barrett asked Greg Holland that he didn't like the positioning of the rosin bag. The batter can see white, so they moved the rosin bag further down to the backside of the mound, and now the count is 1-0. Belted foul, but he is leaving the ball up. Must get it down if he wants to do what you were talking about.
Focus on Salvador. Watch where Salvi sets up. Aim down. Ball's elevated. It's a lot easier to put in play.
Line to Escobar for the second out.
Boy, Holland, he had Escobar played exactly where he wanted him. How about that? That is a line shot. You don't barrel a ball up any better. And Escobar, he had something for it. Got him. Okay, 2 outs now. Chance to get out of it.
The rookie who has put together quality at bat with quality at bat now will face Greg Holland. He's walked his last 2 times up, and he takes ball 1. Bases are loaded. This is only Olt's 4th major league game. Ball, 1 strike. Holland went after him with his best fastball. That last one touched 98 miles an hour. Gentry, who has terrific speed, is at third base. Nelson Cruz at second base. Mike Napoli at first base. 2 out.
Okay, there's Olt's mom and dad sitting in the stands with a video camera, hoping they can see their son deliver what could be a game-winning hit.
Did he go? Ooh, man, it looked like he went. Holy cow.
The kid's not Mike Schmidt yet.
Ooh, he went.
Wow.
The Royals have not gotten a break from the umpiring crew this series.
So you make your own break right here. Just get him to pop up.
Two balls, 2 strikes.
.43 pitches, season high. Ned Yost banking on the fact that Holland can stay in for 2 innings, which is a lot on your closer. If they can just win this game, he'll worry about tomorrow.
In the dirt, the count is full, 3-2. No place to put rookie Mike Olt. The bases are full of Rangers. 6-6 ball game in the top of the 10th inning.
So you challenge him right here. My best against your best. Rangers runners all taken off on the pitch. 3-2, 2 outs. Only play for an infielder's at first base.
A fastball at 98 miles an hour.
Wow, Peter laid off of that. He was something special, but he did the right thing. You got to be hacking.
We have seen a wild one today. It has gone back and forth. The Royals have erred 3 times, but they are still in it, and now with a chance to win it against young Michael Kirkman, who is pitching in his 12th game. He has a 4.3 earned run average, and Kirkman will try and get the Royals out. Texas heads to Boston, while the Royals will head to Chicago after this one. He will face one of the most dangerous hitters in the game, Billy Butler. Then Salvi Perez, then Jeff Francoeur. Butler had a big hit back in the 5th inning with 2 out, single to right field that scored Chris Getz to make it 5-4. Brian Pena hit a 2-run home run to make it 6-5. The Rangers came back and tied it up on a double by Young in the 7th. That was the last score we have seen. We're now in the bottom of the 10th inning. The left-hander Michael Kirkman.
Go ahead and look for a good fastball you can hit. He's going to throw a slider and changeups to Billy.
Kirkman, a 25-year-old southpaw from Lake City, Florida. 6'4", 195.
That little downward break. Billy is going to be looking for something up where he can put the Rangers out of their misery with one swing. That's what he's looking to do.
Well, he did surrender a walk-off home run to Brandon Hicks to lead off the 9th inning in Oakland. And that pitch is just low. 2 balls and 1 strike. The Royals have 3 guys with pretty good power in this inning. Butler with a favorable count at 2-1.
I guarantee you, Washington, he knows what Ned Yost has on his bench. Gordon, Moustakas, and Hosmer. Ooh, there it was. He missed it.
Joel, what do you have?
Well, down by the dugout, and Eric Hosmer stretching a bit and holding a helmet. I know he's not going to be pinch running for Salvador Perez. Got to assume Billy gets on. We will see Eric Hosmer come into the game, pinch run, and then later on play first base.
How about Butler just jogs around the bases, Joel?
Even better.
Way in, 3-2. Low, ball 4, and we will see exactly what Joel talked about. Billy Butler walks, he looks to the dugout, and here comes Eric Hosmer.
All right, good job by Billy Butler. He didn't give in. Just go up there hacking. He was looking for his one pitch. He got his one swing, and he missed it. Fouled it back. Now passes the baton to Hosmer, who can get around the bases a little bit quicker.
Rex, yesterday it almost looked like Salvi Perez was a little anxious with runners on and twice hit into double plays. What should his approach be right here?
He wants to look for a ball up and drive it out of the yard.
Hits it sharply, and it is bobbled by Gonzalez, and everybody's safe. The backup shortstop could not handle a routine 6-4-3 double play.
Wow, that was a routiner right at him, but you know what? That's exactly what Salvi was looking to do. Look for something out over, and sometimes you can't control that when you hit it at somebody, but they've got a break. Well, let's see if Frenchie can continue his great day and finish him off here.
Would you think about having Frenchie bunt the baseball after this error by Gonzalez?
Not.
Okay.
No. He's got a license to drive, and by golly, he's already hit a homer. His 10th. He's got him another knock, scored a couple runs. Why not complete the afternoon?
Lefty righty matchup, winning run and scoring position with nobody out. Frenchie does show bunt.
I'd be shocked to see it.
Well, it does bring Mike Olt in at third base. He was back of the third base bag by about 5 feet. Now he's a little closer in.
I'm sure Frenchie just did that on his own.
Takes a rip. Old has it. A 5 and throws it away. And Kansas City's gonna beat him. They got some help in the 10th inning hug, but they don't care.
Texas out-aired the Royals. And they'll take it any way they can get it. Just win. They don't care how.
(7-6) the final. The Royals have had 2 walk-offs on this homestand. Both end by the final score of 7-6 on Thursday with Escobar's dramatics, and today 7-6 KC over Texas. Joel is with one of the stars.
All right, thank you very much, Steve. Joined right now by Jeff Francoeur, and Lorenzo Cain just yelled out, "What are you going to say after that one?" I don't even know what to call it, a walk-off error. I think you'll take it any way you can get it, right?
I didn't even see it. I was trying to run down so hard to first to beat it out to give us a chance, but you know, we fought hard today. Hoach pitched a great game for us, and you know, to win like that is not something you usually see, but we'll take it.
Well, I mean, you know that a Texas team, one way or another, they're going to went with the pie instead of the Gatorade. Well, Alex wasn't messing around there. You know, Alex had some free time today, so he's been waiting on that shaving cream pie all day long. Just to be able to come back and win this game against these guys, they're pretty fundamentally sound, so to take advantage of those errors.
Well, for sure. It's one of the best teams in the American League. Obviously, we know what they can do, and, you know, to get one here before you go on the road was nice, and, you know, hopefully continue to do it.
Well, I got you on the right side. You're okay there for the most part, I think. How about for you? I know it's been frustrating. It's about the team, not you, but you sit out a handful of days. You felt like you were close the other night. What did today feel like for you?
Felt great. I felt great at the plate. Put some good swings today, and you know, it's one of those things for us. You know, like I said, to get a win is nice. The way we played, great fans today, and hopefully we can continue to Chicago.
Last thing, and Swan, you want to toss that? All right. I don't know if you needed to get that shaving cream off a little bit more or not. Billy's still lingering. I think you're safe here. They absolutely pummeled you down on the field. That wasn't just hitting you, I mean, that was a dog pile, and something tells me that was because of previous damage you've done?
Yeah, I've pretty much got everybody on the team one way or another with jokes and stuff, so that was pretty good. My midsection's hurting a little bit.
All worth it, I'm sure. Good job, Frenchie.
Thanks, Joe.
All right, that is Jeff Francoeur as he ends up with a big day at the plate, and he'll take whatever that walk-off is, guys.
This is the play, Joel. Mike Olt, the young third baseman. They say he is outstanding defensively, but he rushed his throw, threw it to right field, and the result is joy at Kauffman Stadium.